Babe, quick, Dan Stevens has put on another totally insane Russian accent for a film, and it's wonderful.
Fight for what you've built. My name's Whitney Wolfe, and I'm starting a revolution.
Okay, who wants to redefine feminism using Lily James? Again. You do, yes. Do you ever think, oh, tech bros just seem awful and horrible? Of course you do, everyone does. And so does she after getting a job with them. It's frankly mad that it took this long to make a film about her, and yet they had to do it all by themselves because she literally couldn't speak up because of the NDA they put on her. And man, oh god, I'm really just hoping this film takes off a little bit, just enough. Everyone should watch it. It's not a masterpiece, but it's good enough. Everyone should just watch it, enjoy it, and then shut down Tinder. Swipe stars Lily James as Whitney Wolfe, a young woman who signs on to a company, creates the name Tinder, gets everyone interested in it, dates a co-worker who turns out to be a monster, and then gets called a whore and chased out of the whole company, and decides that the best form of revenge against them, because she can't take actual revenge against them or even defend herself in the press because she signed an NDA when she left the company, is to create Bumble, another dating app which is female-led, female-empowering, forces women to make the first move so that men can't just send unsolicited dick pics and all this. In short, it's a wholesome film about dating apps, which doesn't sound like a thing. It is, just trust me on this one, it's a story that's worth telling. It's a female empowerment story without really ever feeling like it's angry feminist. It should be angry feminist. I'd be angry. It's so angry in this situation. Do you not think it's insane? Even if this, I'm sorry, this is a tangent, but even if this is just like 50% true, and they admit there's some fictionality to these events, but they've certainly got some of the names right. They got Justin Mateen's name right. He is a co-founder of Tinder. If even half of this story is true, I want him to die. And the whole thing is so, just seeing these kind of male-dominated offices, this is what women actually have to deal with. How do women only make up like 10% of murderers? Like, I just don't get it. So it's a message movie coming from an unusual place that stands up to exactly the kind of dickheads you want to see going down the drain these days. This film is tricky at times because it slowballs the early days of Tinder, really shows you a lot about what happened during this time and what she did for the company, which is good, I enjoyed that. But then it fastballs like a lot of the creation of Bumble, and I don't know, the pacing of the film overall is just weird. It really feels like it's rushing a lot of stuff in the middle because it's very interested. It knows where it wants to finish, and knows where it wants the last kind of couple of scenes to be, and it knows where it wants to start. And then it realized halfway through, like, ooh, we can't make this like over 2 hours, so we really just have to blitzkrieg big portions of this. And I think that was a shame. The pacing is a bit unusual. The cast is good. Lily James is wonderful as the lead. She's just always a wonderful lead. Dan Stevens is hilarious, so much funnier and weirder and more enjoyable to see than this character has any right to be. And the rest of the cast is very solid across the board. There's lots of people that you'll kind of half recognize jumping up in different places. And the writing is good enough to get by. It's not wonderful at any point, but it is solid. So yeah, this is one of those films that show that women are just so much better than men and don't get enough credit for it. As a film, it does do pretty well. I don't think it's ever like incredible, but I really did enjoy myself throughout, and I could actually watch it again for a film about dating apps and the origins of Tinder and Bumble. You just don't think it's going to be something you're going to be particularly bothered about watching again. But it was actually, for such heavy subject material at times, and for such dense subject material at times, it really kept it light on its feet and moving nicely, which I enjoyed. It is a solid, good-for-her film without ever feeling like it's an angry feminist movie, which is impressive to manage. And it's impressive to see. I mean, it's not like it's rare to get a good-for-her film these days, but it is rare that they're not in the horror genre. Although at times this does border on it, honestly, yeah. It's also rare they don't star Samara Weaving, but Lily James is close. Female empowerment by females is something you'll have to see. Don't worry, this was actually also directed by a woman. Nobody wanted to have the irony conversation there. This is one of those films that'll make you, in equal measure, grind your teeth in frustration and fist pump the air in delight and triumph for her. It's an emotional roller coaster at times. It definitely is. It's also interesting that modern day, we have still seen very few films that'll tackle the idea of doxing like this, and how truly horrible that is. Like, it's happened to so many people. It really hasn't come up a lot in films yet, and it will in the future for sure, so this is an early example of that. Bookmark this page for that if that's something you like and are interested in. But also nice job for calling out Twitter as well as Tinder for being terrible about actually banning people when they should. And I'm giving It Was a Different Time, it was 4 months ago, 3.5 stars. God, Dan Stevens is just too good. Like, lights up the screen. It's only in like 5 scenes in this, but it's incredible. Lily James is also awesome, of course, but yeah. It's just weird. I feel like this should be one of those topics that you just make icky films about. And this was not at all like that. That is the biggest surprising thing for me about it. It's wonderful.